Today on TikTok Art Drama, we have an artist who is getting canceled for drawing somebody with a bigger chest. Also, before we get into this, please give this artist some grace because they are 13 years old. So all of this is surrounding this artist who goes by the TikTok handle Evan Stunes. I'm so sorry, I'm not saying your name correctly. So if you scroll through your page, they have a very kind of like cutesy gyaru style, where if you guys don't know gyaru, it is a Japanese fashion style. And these images on Google can probably be like your best representation. Basically, it is a Japanese subculture that is aiming to break the beauty standards of Japan. So they really enjoy the tall hair, accessories, really dark and accentuated eye makeup, and tan skin. A lot of this is against the whole Japanese beauty standard, which is, you know, pale skin, very minimal makeup, etc. I personally really like the gyaru style. I think it looks really cool. But all of the controversy started with this one OC that Evan is trying to make. They say that this OC's name is called G. So from my understanding, G has been present in Evan's art for a while. There is this video talking about more G lore with G and their partner. Another drawing they've made of G. Some more artwork they've made of this character. There's another art piece that Evan has made of their OCG. But again, the big controversy comes with this piece specifically. And then, you know, there are more update videos as usual showing the rendering, etc., the coloring process, the face is more rendered. And everyone in the comments, very positive. She looks so innocent. She looks super sweet. She looks very cute. She makes me feel better about my chubby cheeks. Aww. And then there was this video. It's a simple 5-second video of Evan showing their OC stating time to render hee, which is the text written on the art piece. And the comment section is full of a mix of comments. 1, people being really positive. 2, people being weirdly sexual, and people being straight up toxic in general. User 3 stars stating, why is everybody so positive? This one got 1,000 likes. We have user Brian stating, just saying, let me take you out. I'll treat you right. Smiley face. We have somebody saying that's gotta hurt. Melody says, oh, okay. We have Kat, oh, we share a name, stating Gooner Super Sonico fans OML. And this art piece had gotten a lot of controversy. There were other people on TikTok who had made videos talking about this art piece. Allegedly, one user made 3 separate videos kind of like disparaging this piece. I scoured TikTok for, not even joking, an hour looking for this video in the deep dark archives, but I'm assuming maybe that person had deleted it because I literally, for the love of God, could not find any of their alleged videos talking about the art piece in a negative light specifically. The general narrative that a lot of people have had in the comment section is that this piece is allegedly weird due to how the chest is drawn, which was where most people had criticism with this art piece. Like, we have people like Burb stating, Sai, are you a disturbingly overweight, sweaty, oily weeb perchance? Somebody had also commented, not to be rude or anything, but Jesus Christ, why are they so big? Like, genuinely, they should not be that big unless she was fan service for Genshin Impact. The OP replied, it makes the character look more bubbly or kind in a way, plus she's chub, so. Somebody else wrote, Supersonico fan, definitely, this is weird shit. And we have another person writing, why did you sexualize? And OP writes, she is fully covered and there's obviously no sexual intent with this drawing. What? And yeah, more really negative comments. Again, I tried finding the video that these people are referencing, of the video where somebody was like negatively talking about this art piece, and I could not find it. But while there were a lot of negative comments about this piece, there were also a lot of very positive comments as well. We have user Sina writing, why are people acting like this isn't an accurate body type? Plus size people have bigger breasts because breasts are made out of body fat. It's normal. People love exaggerated anatomy and big chested designs until they don't fit their beauty/creation standards. She looks adorable. ZZZ writes, UMFs will not survive a day around bigger black women. I've had friends with her build and seen people on TikTok with a similar build. Why do you always find a reason to complain? But again, we have other people stating, oh baby, this is not realistic. It's on purpose. We have WLW for life writing, y'all never be freaking out over anime who never have realist skinny body types. So when an artist draws a chubby one, it's a problem. Love writes, this represents a lot of big girls. I don't know why y'all complaining like how digital booba is hurting you. Jumping Astronaut writes, these comments aren't it, and we wonder why people don't like posting art. Little reminder, this art isn't hurting anybody, and if it was of criminal activity, then it would be. Thank you. Lucia writes, why are people so pressed? I've literally met several people with this body type. The fuck you mean gooner bait? This is a normal looking human being. Ali writes, am I the only one who has seen people who look like this IRL? Yes, they're chubby and have big breasts. It's no hate at all to chubby people, chubby myself. So the general controversy with this piece breaks down into a couple points. The first point that people were complaining about is that this is overly sexualized. The second point that people are complaining about is that this is not a realistic body type. Throwing in my 2 cents here, right? I can only say so much because you can clearly see my build as it is, so I cannot really use myself as a reference. In terms of this art piece being sexualized, I would say that art in terms of sexualizing elements of the artwork, and it doesn't have to be elements that are standardly attractive to people, if you know what I mean, right? You could be into other things, is when it is like the focus of the artwork or obscenely highlighted in some way. Just gonna use feet as an example, right? When people are into that stuff, and when people make specifically for people who are into feet, things they do for it, which makes you, the moment you look at it, you can tell. The reason I'm talking about it, by the way, is because I went to Comic-Con in Japan, and my friend and I were walking around Comic-Con in the artist alley, and both of us were like, oh, and there was a lot of feet focused art there. We just walking at a section, it was just like bam, 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 and I was like, oh wow, I have culture shock right here. Wow. But yeah, they will do things to purposely highlight it in some sort of more suggestive or sexual way. You can go Google it on your own. I am not going into detail about this. In this piece, standing there, she's holding a bag, this is like, if you wear a shoulder bag, it's a very standard pose to be wearing a shoulder bag, and she is just existing. Not even to mention, this character is fully clothed as well. Not even a smidge of cleavage. The buttons go all the way up to the neck. Like, she's more covered than I am. My shoulders are bare, you know, that's scandalous back in the day. In my opinion, personally, the way that this is drawn, it really does look like she's just standing and existing. Maybe people are thinking that it's overly sexualized due to the heavy black, sketch line around the chest. But again, this piece is not rendered yet. So I'm pretty sure the sketch lines will end up getting cleaned up and it wouldn't look as dark once the art is finally finished. So it's probably just due to the state of where it's at, where this piece is not rendered yet. So that's one. Two, the other criticism, throwing in my 2 cents, about whether this is a realistic body type. Again, I can't really use myself as an example. God did not gift me in that area, unfortunately. There are people who are very thin, but God gifted them in the chest area. And there are people, their fat distributes differently. They may have a smaller waist, and a lot of their fat may distribute into their butt and their legs. There's other people who they're larger and their fat distributes a lot into their chest, Your fat distribution largely is genetic. You can look in your family. The fat distribution your parents have is probably what you're going to end up with as well, naturally, just through genetics. Obviously, other things like surgery can change it, but that's just straight genetics. I feel like I have seen people going around in the day-to-day who have a body type that looks just like this. And I also will say too, I do think it's a bit hypocritical to point out this artwork and this size of the chest and be like, this is not realistic. We have people in anime who are rocking the hourglass figure with absolute boulders on their chest, but a waist so small I could probably wrap both my hands around their waist and my fingers would touch. Nobody is complaining that those bodies aren't realistic. Have you seen The Incredibles mom? The Incredibles mom is definitely not realistic like that, okay? I do think the whole realistic body type, unrealistic body type stuff, it's a whole thing. It is art, okay? And the whole thing about art is you can push boundaries and stretch the limits of reality with what you draw. Obviously, again, there's a whole nuanced conversation too on like realistic, unrealistic, and how drawing extremely unrealistic body proportions can lead other people to feel some type of way about how they themselves look. Again, if you do scroll through Evan's art though, Evan draws people of varying body types. Evan has OCs that are much thinner. Evan has OCs that are much curvier. So from looking through their body type, they also do not seem to be an artist that specifically zeroes in on only one body type to draw. Some people will say, oh, if you do only draw one type of body, then you're being either discriminatory or maybe you are truly enjoy one body type. You catch my drift. But Evan has art of people with all different sizes on their page, and you can go look through their page to see it. So I don't think that argument would fly in this case.
Claiming art of chubby women with large chests as gooner bait is certainly a choice.
And we have other people siding with Evan as well. I'm so sorry for that whispered text-to-speech voice. This is posted by user Abalver3000 on TikTok, who writes, claiming art of chubby women with large chests is gooner bait is clearly a choice. And people in the comment section are agreeing as well. Well, half the people are trying to find this brush, which apparently is called the Inkroll brush on Procreate, because I read through almost all the comments. Honey writes, I feel so bad for that Evan person. They literally can't catch a break. We have me/M writing, Evan's art is so cute. People need to hop off. Even if it was bad anatomy, who cares? And then Yuji Itadori, which is very funny to see Yuji in chat writing, it's actually very realistic because genuinely chubby people can have those large chests. Bella writes, not to mention they're like 13. Reggie writes, like, what's even going on in the art community anymore? And other people are tagging Evan, being like, their art is so cute. So we have this other video by Fugo, and calling them a gooner is beyond disappointing. Having big boobs isn't corn or NSFW related. The drawing isn't even showing any cleavage. Grow up. We have this other TikTok user, Rainbow Herbs, making a drawing, and this is a fan art of the zombie from Plants vs. Zombies. And it writes, clear and obvious sexualization of the character. And they show a second drawing that says not sexualized. And if we open their caption, there's more context. They write, the first one has unnecessary chest opening and a facial expression that does not match the character. The second one is fully clothed and clearly just happens to have a big chest. Now leave me be, I don't do spicy drawings. I think this discourse even extends beyond the art world into real life. There's so many people who have a bone to pick with women with larger chests, right? Because they will just be like, oh, you are just overly sexual or you're sexualizing yourself. Women have boobs and they just exist. Like, there's one thing if you have boobs and you show it off, okay? You do you. I wish I could. God said no. But there's another thing just to exist with the large chest. And I know so many people, they have a large chest and they could be fully clothed, like literally turtleneck, long sleeve, but simply because they have a large chest, everyone's like, ew, you're sexualizing yourself. But you have only one of two options if you're that gifted, right? You either wear oversized clothing, but then it tents over your boobs and then it makes you just look much bigger than you actually are. People that I know in my life who have larger chests complain about that because they're like, dude, I have some shape and I do want to show it, but it just tents over my entire body and then I just kind of look like a little ghost, which is not the vibe that they're going for. Or your second option is to wear something tight, but then your chest is just there, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people get really weird about it. And I feel like, to me, that's kind of what's happening in Evan's art, where, again, I'm giving benefit of the doubt on the sketch lines because I'm assuming this is a sketch and they're gonna render it and then it's not gonna be as dark, right? Still, this is just somebody who is literally fully clothed with buttons going straight up to the neck. There's no obscene focus of the chest. It's literally just she's standing there holding her purse. If it was maybe like a high up, she's like putting, I don't know, pushing her chest together with her arms, looking at the camera seductively, we could maybe make an argument that potentially it could be sexual. She's literally just standing here. But yeah, afterwards, Evan made a couple of follow-up videos about the artwork showing some confusion. Somebody wrote, it would have been nice if he gave her other plus size features besides the chest. And Gigi has a video zooming into the art and Gigi writes, I don't understand. I've made her face round and everything and showcasing more of the body. You can see, you know, the stomach does round out as well. And other people in the comments are really positive. Somebody writes, as a plus size person, this art is beautiful. Don't let people tear apart your art and it looks amazing. I'm your Pookie said, it looks good. Just draw whatever you want. Big Fat Cat 0900 writes, can y'all stop complaining? The art is adorable. Doe writes, don't listen to them. You actually did great. And then in another follow-up video where in reply to a comment that reads, the body looks fine to me. It's just how they've done the neck above that needs to change. Changing the boobs is changing the body type. And if you want to stay true to the character, you know. Evan writes on the video, I removed the black shadow on the neck and made the face more round. Is this okay now? Somebody else wrote, it's her waist, make it wider. And Evan writes, I think the white on white and the bag makes it hard to see, but her waist is fine. Traced over the artwork to showcase where the stomach and the body is in purple. Because again, this character is holding a purse that is blocking part of their body. And yeah, I mean, I myself am not plus size. So obviously the opinion of people who are actually plus size as to whether they feel like this represents them or not would be more valid. To me, this looks completely fair, right? There was a whole controversy with another artist on Twitter who made a chubby Mitsuri model, except people were complaining that she didn't look chubby at all. And I would say that model definitely did not look chubby to me, but this is night and day. I feel like this is a body type that you could see in plus size people. But again, if you are plus size, let me know whether you feel like it's a good representation or not. And again, art doesn't need to be realistic. They have anime art with people with eyes that are humongous, okay? That's not realistic either, but nobody be complaining the eyes aren't this proper size of eyes on an actual human being. And then here, Evan makes a video kind of clarifying some more things.
I just want to clear some stuff up because a lot of people have been calling me weird. The dress does not end here. She doesn't have a slim waist. Her belly goes from here because like gravity, and then the purse I think it just covers in and it makes her look skinnier. Her arms you can't really see them anyways. But like when I draw her normally, I draw her with her arms more bigger than I draw my thinner characters. I really didn't think anything was wrong with it. I understand that she has a big bust, but like I feel like it's understandable because I'm on my trackpad, so don't, because it's like this. Because it's like this, I feel like that's understandable.
And then Evan makes a follow-up video writing, hey guys, can you please stop calling me a gooner and a corn addict? I am 13 and it makes me uncomfortable that I constantly have these comments. Same thing with the inappropriate ones. I do not care how big her bust is. Do not leave my comments like that. She is not meant to be a sexual character, but a cute one I put in outfits like a fashion doll. I understand you do not like the body I drew for G. I was requested to give her a more more round face or double chin and I will try. I've been drawing her a lot, but my anatomy is not very perfect, so I apologize if the body was unrealistic with the chest. I made it big for character design. There have been a lot of people defending me and I thank you guys, but this is one of the first times I've gotten a lot of hate, so it is very overwhelming for me, sorry. And the comments again are 50-50. We have Michi writing LMFAO, look at your account and all you draw is oversexualized girls. Yeah, okay. And we have Dex writing, literally they got drawings of a panty back view and woman in skimpy clothes plus harnesses, like please go to Twitter and post your fat fetish. Yeah, well, that's a lot. We have Adelia writing, people hating your art for no reason. I'm plus size and when I saw your art, I saw nothing wrong with it. It's absolutely beautiful and plus size people come in different shapes and forms. I love G, by the way, cute. X Vanity writes, she's gorgeous. I wish people would stop acting like you're sexualizing her. Her body is covered. Your art is so beautiful. I hope this doesn't discourage you from sharing it. I'm sorry. And then we have this video where somebody by the username of Crashbang writes, trying to make a call out post when all you draw is fat ass Lolitas, okay bro. And they had made allegedly a call out video on Evan. On the video, Evan writes, clocked you so badly you turned off the comments. Do not comment on my art again, SMH. And it says the creator turned off comments. And then Evan, in reply to a comment where somebody writes, what do you mean? Not everybody is like that. Actually, not a lot of people are like that at all. It's cute, don't get me wrong, but your comment kind of threw me off. And Evan writes, of course, not everybody is built like my OC. She's original for a reason. Big chested plus size gals don't give a fuck. Why do you? And Evan adds a final post writing, this will be my final post on the matter before I show the finished piece. A similar argument I am seeing is that the drawing is unrealistic. I am a Hispanic and Latina, so a person with these types of proportions are not uncommon to me. And even outside I see girls like this, even with smaller waist. Though weight plays a part into chest size, it is mostly genetic. If you refuse to accept women are built like this, even though actual plus size women have already said my drawing was fine, you are ignorant. As somebody as young as I am, I should not have the gooner or fetishizer comments, not to mention the hate. I thank you all for the support, and I've also gotten many comments of people telling me not to quit. I never said I will. I love sharing my art. It's something I will never stop doing, even if I get low views. I wish to be a character or a fashion designer in the future. Anyways, stop making ignorant comments. Big chests are real and should not be sexualized. Some of you guys are gross. It's embarrassing someone my age should be posting this since you guys refuse to acknowledge these women's existences. If you are complimenting my art, do not add, oh, you should. It makes it sound very backhanded. That is kind of the conclusion of this scenario. If you do like Evan's artwork, they do have commissions that are open. Here's a video of them talking more about it.
Asking about my commissions. I charge $35 for a half body and $12 for a head bust
You
shot.
can
DM me, and I expect pay after a rough sketch.
So yeah, if you're interested in commissioning them, you have their TikTok handle, which I will link down below, so you can go and check them out. But I am curious as to what your thoughts are about this art piece. Is this piece something where it is overly sexualized, or are they just drawing a cute plus size Garo girl who happens to be plus sized? And again, I do think that just kind of goes to show the TikTok art community. The TikTok art community is really, really toxic, and there was a whole scenario where there was a beginner artist and they absolutely ruthlessly bullied that poor beginner artist off the platform in the period of like one day, which was absolutely insane. So let me know if you guys also want to see me make a video about that. That was maybe like a month and a half ago, 2 months now. So I didn't talk about it because I felt like it was too long ago because I forgot about it. So if you want to see that, let me know. And if you like my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe, because as of me recording this, we're almost at 75K, which is really huge. And if you want to check me out, I also stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. So I hope to catch you guys there or in another one of my videos.